Well, first of all, congratulations. It's
Thank you.
fantastic. Pixar have done it again. It's
Thank you.
amazing. Where did kind of the inspiration for Inside Out come from?
It came from my daughter, actually. She was about 11 when we finished Up, and she was changing quite a bit. You know, as kids are littler, they're more kind of active and funny and goofy. And then as she got older, she became more quiet, a little more reserved, you know, teenager. And that made me think, I wonder what's going on inside her head, you know. And I brought that to Jonas and some of the other folks at Pixar, and we just started batting it around. And then, you know, you work on it over the years and years and years, and we have an amazing crew of people who help us construct these things.
And of course, the mind is such a complex thing. How did you kind of tackle which emotions you were going to want to feature heavily in the film?
You would always put forth joy. I mean, there was obviously you can think of like the ones in your head when you first start.
Anger.
Yeah, anger and fear and everybody.
That's probably about all.
As far as we got. We realized we're not experts on this.
Right.
So we tried to become experts. We reached out to a lot of scientists and neurologists and psychologists and just started digging in. And we found there was great debate scientifically on how many emotions you have and what their clinical definitions are. So there was some license there. But it seemed the 5 we ended in the movie were pretty consistent. But I mean, there's as many as 30 emotions on certain people's list. So, you know, Schadenfreude is an emotion and things, but maybe not necessarily a character in the movie.
And of course, it looks great, and I now pray that if I ever had like a brain scan or anything, that's what the inside of my head.
Well, that is exactly what it would look like.
Yes.
We have proven it.
I'd hope there's a lot of like surgeons or something might go see it and be like, that's exactly what the inside.
Whoa,
of
joy.
How did you kind of tackle what it would look like, and things like the memories being kind of like the orbs and that sort of?
A lot of it is trial and error. So what you see in the film, you know, I know for me, watching other films growing up, I always thought, wow, some people are really brilliant. But what it is a lot of list making and trying like 4, 5, 7, 20 things before you find the one that really works. In the case of the memories, we started, I think the first one we had an idea to put them in jars, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah, they were like mason jars.
Yeah, so you could like open it up and the memory would kind of come over you and you'd remember it and then you could put it back. And I don't really remember why that. We needed more kind of finite, concrete, almost like movies.
We think about like little movie clips. Like when you think back, it's almost like playing a movie in your head. So there was something almost like a snow globe with
And
a
you
movie in it.
rewind it, play it forward, and see these kind of memories factual. So we ended up using that in the film as ammunition for Joy as she kind of figures out what's going on. So anyway, you just try a lot of different things and experiment.
There's a lot of different kind of areas of the mind that you look at with long lost memory and that's at the end. So you have the little workers who work in all the little different. What kind of area of the mind would you want to work in if you were one of the little workers?
Oh, I'd want to work in dream production.
Would you?
Being a film producer, I'd be down there trying to make dreams, right?
Yeah. Subconscious would be kind of fun. It's scary, but you know, that's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wouldn't want to be a forgetter.
No, that'd be kind of a dull job.
Yeah.
I love dream productions. I thought it was a wonderful part of it, and the Rainbow Unicorn is fantastic. Is she going to get her own film?
Oh yeah. So we're working on that right now.
Well, she is in Fairy Dream Adventure Part 6. Which is wonderful. Whatever.
Part 7.
Part 7.
Yeah. Although those films, I think they've run their time. They're
Yeah.
sort of those dreams are being phased out. She's not getting as many parts anymore.
I do love her though.
Yeah.
Of course, this film kind of tackles that you need to feel all of your emotions to be yourself. So is that something that you think is really important for kids to understand and realise that all their emotions are healthy things to feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's.
I think emotions are oftentimes seen as negative everybody has emotions. You can't help but feel them. That's one of the defining characteristics of them. They come unbidden, right? You don't choose. I think the proper response would be anger right now. No, you just feel angry. But a lot of times we feel embarrassed, especially to show sadness, and we feel like that might be a weakness or something. But really, it's an important thing for ourselves, but also to connect between each other. So it's
Yeah, we
absolutely.
spend a lot of time trying to avoid that. We even say it, right? And as a parent,
Don't be sad.
yeah, we tell my kids to not be sad or not be angry, and that's you realize. At least I realized in the process of making this film that that's not necessarily right, and that was kind of powerful as we started to put.
Well, there's
this
a right and
together.
wrong way to be angry. I mean, you want to allow kids to express that, but it's not okay
Right.
for them to run over and hit somebody.
Right, like right now, Pete is furious at me, but he's being cool about it.
Her personality islands are big features of the film. What do you think are maybe a couple of personality islands that you would have inside your mind?
Charlie the Lonesome Cougar.
No,
Island.
no. I think for me, in all seriousness, going to Disneyland as a kid, like when I was 4, was like the defining moment of my life. Like that, going through that park made me, I don't know, it made me want to work in animation and be part of Disney. And I think that would be an island. And you would too, I know, because we have similar stories there.
Yeah,
you know.
Muppets, same kind of thing. I would sit at the television like for a half an hour or so to make sure not to miss a minute of the Muppets when that came on. Music, I think, is important for both of us.
Yeah, music. I'd have a sports island.
Yeah,
So watching sports, can't play them, but
you just watch
I
it.
always have a big TV island with sports on it.